Hi, everybody. Hello, Blue Hedgehog Nation. We are live. How's it going? It's the Blue Hedgehog here. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day, and all of a sudden, my fucking connection's just being a shit. But anyway, welcome to this week's edition of PCSRA Weekly. PCSRA Weekly, the penultimate episode, I should point out. I don't know how to start this episode off, but, yeah, so... Hi, Q-Man. By the way, happy birthday to Quentin Moore in the chat. And before you start commenting in the chat, take note of the description, so that way you all know what the rules are. You know what's expected of you, just like Q-Man. So, everybody in the chat, please wish Mr. Q-Man a wonderful happy birthday. Hello, Zachary Taylor. Let me send this to the PCSRA group, so that way it's good. Hello, Kyle Langland. Hopefully you are all doing wonderful. I'll also share this on Facebook, so yeah. So again, welcome to the penultimate episode of PCSRA Weekly. Glad to have you all here. And before we get started with the show, I have a few announcements to make as far as that's concerned. Yes, we can't bully Taylor. First and foremost, there is a particular person that has been suspended indefinitely, and it's neither of you guys in the chat. My friend Brendan Rogers has been fired from my team for good. Reason is he had an attitude problem with me over the weekend, and unfortunately he will not be allowed to be on my team anymore. So yeah, so Brendan Rogers is, in other words, fired. He's also been banned from PCSRA. Even if he tries to apologize to me, he is still not getting that ban. I'm not removing his ban because that's my problem with that. So yeah, as far as that's concerned. So, and it's for the little attitude he did Saturday at work that really, you know, ticked me off, got me upset and all that. So yeah, and then last night I don't want to discuss what the hell happened last night, because last night all hell broke loose. So yeah, just saying. So yeah. So that's that announcement. The other announcement is if you guys have not watched the Pizza X Series race, and I'm not going to spoil the Indianapolis race before you start watching the stream, you can go ahead and do so. Or if you want to watch it while you're listening to the stream, that's fine by me. So yeah, and again, I'm not going to spoil the Indianapolis race that just went up in the Pizza X Series. So if you guys want to go check that out, go ahead. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to let you guys see it for yourself. So yeah. So that's all I have to say as far as that's announcements concerned. But other than that, I'm gonna probably, after this stream, I'll probably edit the title of this video so that way everybody knows about it. So yeah, but again, Q-Man, hopefully your day is going well as far as your birthday. Hopefully everybody else, your day is going well. If you just got off work, hopefully your day at work is good. Your steak and rolls and onion rings were good yesterday. Oh god, here we go again with food. Why do you have to bring up food on the weekly show, Taylor? GG. Okay, so good thing I've reminded you guys. So yeah. But yeah, so as far as that's concerned, so with that being said, today's episode of PCSRA Weekly, we're going to recap the Homestead weekend. We're going to, I'm going to give you my thoughts, on that. We are also I'm going to also give you my thought on the topic that I posted on the Blue Hedgehog News Report's Facebook page. You got a free bloomin' onion. Take that, Taylor. Yeah. So, But, yeah. If you guys are starting to come in the chat, don't forget to please wish Mr. Q-Man a happy birthday. I would appreciate that. And also, not only when you do that, you can also take note of the description. So, yeah. Bruh. So, anyway, we're going to recap Homestead. I'll give you my final thoughts about... Yeah, bro, where's our food? I'll give you my thoughts on Dale Jr. and Matt Kenseth's career. And normally on the Airloy podcast, like I did last year, I give you my final thoughts. But since we have one more race left in the racing season, we're going to look ahead to the final race of the FIA Formula One World Championship, and that is at Yas Marina. A wonderful way to start the show. And then part 2 with our sports show with Kyle Langland, we're going to recap Week 11 of the NFL, preview Week 12, and give you my thoughts on a really interesting topic. So, yeah. But first, before we do the recaps, it's time to discuss the biggest topic that has been on Facebook this entire weekend, which we already know the Dale Jr. retirement and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we already know that. But let's discuss the biggest topic everyone is asking. Is NASCAR and the NFL merging with all these problems? Well, let's start off the show by giving you my thoughts on it. Number one is that I don't think this is going to happen as far as I'm concerned for a number of reasons. One, the NFL, with their ratings going down, same with NASCAR, of course, top 2 in the world going down due to ratings. So my little issue is, why would they merge? Because let's face it, the NFL would have more viewers than NASCAR as far as Sunday Night Football is concerned, because that's where NASCAR is getting killed, especially on NBC side of things. And I think that may be the one issue as far as that's concerned. The other issue is regarding about the national anthem with the NFL, because they always have problems with the protesting of the anthem, unlike NASCAR, which all of them stands. In fact, also F1 does also require you to stand for the national anthem at different countries without you getting a penalty for being late onto the grid. So, as far as that's concerned. Well, Jordan was destroyed in that race. Well, Quentin's already back in like less than 5 seconds after I got through saying the deal, but yeah. So, but of course, but anyway. But the other problem with is that, the merging part, I just don't get. I mean, of course, and I agree with Kyle. Kyle and I were talking about this on my other group deal. I mean, can you imagine NASCAR and the NFL merging together? It's like watching Major League Baseball merge together with the minor leagues. I mean, seriously. It's just nuts if you ask me. So, we're just going to have to see how that little situation is going to go. I mean, yes, it's going to take some time. And, we'll just have to see. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see if this does happen or if it does not happen as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah. And before I continue on to my next topic, I'm just about to say, whoever said that the world was going to end yesterday, you're a complete idiot. Saw an article said yesterday the world was going to end yesterday. No, the world never ended. Have you heard about Danica Patrick? That was the next thing I'm getting ready to bring up. Getting ready to do the recaps. I will get to Danica Patrick, Dale Jr., and Matt Kenseth to give you my thoughts on their careers in a sec after I do the recaps of Homestead. Okay, excuse me. So, speaking of Homestead, let's also start the next topic by recapping the Homestead weekend. Starting off in the Truck Series. Did not watch it. In fact, I'm just going to throw this... Look at the comments on the race. I'll check it after I'm done, Quentin. But I just want to throw a disclaimer. I only watched a little bit of the Cup race, the Xfinity race, but I did not watch the truck race because I was at work this entire weekend. So I'm gonna start with the truck series based off my knowledge. It was that's how you can say it. Not a lot of yellows at Homestead, which I was kind of disappointed. So, but yeah. At the end of the race, however, Chase Briscoe, which there's still some rumors he would go to the Xfinity Series next season, but we will just have to wait and see. He gets his first win of the season, and if that's not enough, he took home 2 trophies for the price of 1 because he took home Rookie of the Year. And Christopher Bell from Oklahoma won the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Championship. Did Christopher Bell winning the championship help the OU Sooners win against Kansas? Who could be? Xfinity was Blash. So, yeah. Did Christopher Bell's championship actually help Oklahoma beat Kansas? Who knows? That might have been the case. That might have lit a fire in Oklahoma, if you ask me, to keep their playoff hopes alive. So, yeah. But, I'm happy for Christopher Bell because, 1, he's from Norman, and 2, he's just a good kid to watch, if you ask me. So, yeah. Alright, see you, Taylor. Have fun at the store and hope you don't flirt with my girlfriend, Taylor. Lame-o. So, yeah. Moving on to the Xfinity race. Dramas happened before. Looked like Morgan Shepherd had a problem with his car, and he never got to take the start, is what I heard. Which sucks, and that might have been Morgan Shepherd's final race as a driver. Not the way he went into his 50th year. Racing was pretty okay. It was good. But even though it was Blash, as Quentin Moore would like to say. But at the end of the day, William Byron not only... I'm trying to remember who won the race. Shoot. Who won the Xfinity race? I'm forgetting who won it. I want to say... No, okay. William Byron didn't win the race, but William Byron won the championship and Rookie of the Year. Yeah, Morgan didn't have power. Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm trying to remember who won the Xfinity race. I think it was another first time. Oh, Cole Custer. Thank you. Thank you, Q-Man. Cole Custer wins the race. William Byron not only wins the championship, he also won Rookie of the Year. Does that really surprise you on William Byron winning Rookie of the Year? No. Are you guys happy that William Byron won a championship? Hell yes. So, yeah, that's pretty logic if you ask me. So, then moving on to the Cup Series. He only won by 17 seconds, but anyway, yeah. But I'm happy, for Cole Custer. I mean, I'm glad he got a win to end the season, if you know what I mean. If only Homestead was in the first round, he would have been in the Final Four. Imagine if Cole Custer, if he would have won last week at Phoenix, he would have made the Final Four. He might have been the one that won the title instead of William Byron, but nevertheless, it is what it is. So, yeah. Moving on to the Cup Series. If there's one word I would describe that race, and, I was hoping Harvick won the championship so that way Kyle and I would be a happy camper, but that was not the case. It was a disappointing Cup race. I mean, like I said, I wanted Harvick to win the championship because Kyle Langland's a huge Harvick fan. But unfortunately, that was not the case. And can I also say this? What is it? What's the deal with every time a freaking Hendrick driver retires, a freaking Toyota wins the championship? We had that happen in 2015 when Kyle Busch won the championship when Jeff Gordon retires. Guess what? 2 years later, Dale Jr. retires from Hendrick. Guess what? A Toyota won the championship. What's the possible chances 2 years from now? It could be another Toyota with a different driver. Who knows? But anyway. Daniel Suarez won Rookie of the Year. Congratulations to him. Yeah, me too. At the end of the day, for the championship, the most crappiest seasons, Martin Truex Jr. wins the championship and the race. Wonderful, if you ask me, as my mom's home. I'll move to my room in a second. Give me 1 second. Oh, for goodness sakes. 1 sec, guys. Alright, let me move to my room, boys and girls. That way I don't get, yeah, but, you know, I'd rather have Harvick win, but, yeah. The Homestead weekend, I would probably just say on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the greatest, I'm going to rank that as a 6. Because, yes, I'm happy for Christopher Bell. Yes, I'm happy for William Byron, but the Cup title, nope. And, yeah. So, what? I just moved to my room, dear. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. Be right back. Before we continue. Get that turkey out.
Get the turkey out.
Can we have an early Thanksgiving?
No, I gotta thaw it. Take about 3 days to thaw. Here's the water. Okay.
Flapping.
Here's your wallet.
I'm back. I'm sorry about that, guys. Anyway, so. Okay, anything I missed in the... Okay, alright. I was just checking the chat, so. But, yeah. And if you thought Kyle was disappointed yesterday, his disappointment grew even more because the Bears lost yesterday. Yeah, same here. I agree with Kyle, but yeah, so talk about a bad day for Kyle just got worse. Harvick didn't win the championship and the Bears lost. That just sucks. Hell, Dallas got annihilated by the Eagles 37-3 or 37-9, excuse me. That was probably one of the funniest days, so well, at least I'm happy Dallas lost. So, yeah. And, of course, my Tampa Bay Bucks beat the Dolphins 30-20. So, I've had a pretty good weekend as far as teams are concerned. Yeah. So, moving on to the top stories. Danica Patrick tearfully announced that this would be her... that Homestead, it was her final race as a full-time driver. Next year, she's going to run the Daytona 500 for we don't know what team. We'll discuss that sport. We'll discuss all that sports on our second part of the show. Which, if you guys want to switch on over to the Blue Hedgehog Show on Facebook, on the Facebook group, we'll talk about that, or on the Facebook Live. But yeah, we'll talk about more about the sports show, so that way we cap off. But yeah, we'll have more on that when we get to the sports show. Also, with Kyle, we're going to talk about UCLA's coach that just got fired yesterday, and we'll have our thoughts on our next hour on the Facebook Live. So, yeah. But anyway, moving on to the top stories. Danica Patrick will be running the Daytona 500, and her racing career will end at the Indianapolis 500. With what team, we don't know. Rumors saying it's going to be with Penske, but Penske shot that down. It might be Chip Ganassi racing, possibly for the Indy 500. I'm not sure about the Daytona 500, but my only problem with that is she would have no charter as far as that's concerned. So we'll just have to see how that's going to play out so far. And, you know, we just want to say, you know, whatever the case, we do wish her the best of luck in her endeavors. As for Dale Jr. and Matt Kenseth on what could be his final Cup race ever, and Dale Jr., who is now retired, and yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Q-Man. And also, Dale Jr., who's now an NBC person, who will be going to work for NBC next season, and Alex Bowman will take his spot. You know, it was pretty sad to see Dale Jr. Go. Yeah, I did see it on the Penske page, Q-Man. It's sad to see Dale Jr. go. But, you know, we do wish him good luck in in the next chapter. And him and Steve Letarte, that would be a good combination with Jeff Burton in the booth. That would be nice for a four-man broadcasting crew. So, yeah. But we wish Dale Jr. good luck at NBC. And hopefully he does well. And looking forward to that. So, yeah. So, with that all said, normally I would be giving you guys my thoughts on the NASCAR season, but like I said before, and I'll say it again for those of you that just came in, we still have one more race to go. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, well, wait a minute, why would you say we only have one more race to go in the racing season? Because, which brings me to my next thing, the look ahead. Yas Marina. And if you thought Dale Jr.'s farewell was sad enough, it's going to be even sadder for me, because Felipe Massa is getting ready to say his farewell to F1. Which brings me to the Yas Marina preview. Final race for NBCSN for F1 before they move over to ESPN next season. Final race for Felipe Massa in his career, as he will retire after next Sunday's race. Or this Sunday's race, rather. And if I had something I want to say to Felipe Massa before I do the reactions, it's this. I know he's had a difficult time as far as his injuries concerned, including that near-fatal accident in qualifying in Hungary in 2009, where a piece of debris struck him in the helmet. He's come so far as the road recovery, even farther than what Dale Jr. had last year when he missed half the season due to a concussion. But, you know, we're going to miss Felipe Massa. You know, he's an awesome race car driver. Awesome driver, and, you know, it's sad to see him go. But we hope he enjoys retirement with his family, and, you know, maybe his son could be the same, could do the same thing, you know, be a F1 driver and follow the footsteps of his dad. So that would be nice to see as far as that's concerned. And also wish Felipe and his parents good luck in their next chapter of their life. So, yeah. As for the race, Yas Marina, looking forward to a great race there. This track is the only track that Yas Marina, which, funny thing, I'm just going to throw this as a quote disclaimer. As of this recording, I've already recorded Division 1 of race 17. I have not recorded Divisions 2, 3, and 4 yet. So that will be coming out, as far as recording, pretty soon, hopefully this weekend. If I'm not working this Friday, I'll have a lot of time Friday to get that all done and try to get ahead on some races. Yeah, I agree with you, Kyle. Can you imagine if he wins most popular driver after in his final season? Wouldn't that be surprising? But yeah. Getting back to Yas Marina, this track starts in the day, or excuse me, this track. GG, easy for me to say, Bulls. This race, that's better. This race starts in the day and ends at night. If you've not seen the NCRA Hershey's Cup Series, you might want to watch the throwback so you can see what that track is like. Because I can tell you, the day to night transition when you watch that race is probably one of the coolest. And the other coolest thing is watching drivers go racing underneath the hotel at night, and at night it looks amazing. So, yeah, it's going to be a good race, even though the championships have locked up. Of course, this time a year ago, the championship was on the line between Lewis Hamilton and retired F1 driver Nico Rosberg, which Lewis Hamilton won the race. Nico Rosberg won the championship in controversial fashion. But, yeah, so it's going to be a good race. It's going to be a pretty exciting race. And, of course, we've had safety cars in the past. And also, it's probably going to be a lot warmer since, A, we're racing in the desert. So, yeah. So, that's going to be very fun to see what's going to happen. And, it's going to be a good race, to tell you the truth. So, yeah. So, it's time for my final picks. Oh, this is sad. The final predictions I get to make for 2017. Same rules as apply for me, as always. Driver to win, driver to stay away from dark horse. So let's start with the driver to win. Of course, the drivers that have won at Abu Dhabi, they're still in the field today, as far as I am concerned. Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, I believe they're the only ones that have won. I think also Fernando Alonso also won. No, it's Lewis Hamilton's Vettel, but I'm going to say Sebastian Vettel will be the driver to win. I would have liked to see the title hunt go the final race of the season, but it's okay. Nothing, I can't say anything about it, so driver to win, Sebastian Vettel. Driver to stay away from, I'm going to say Lance Stroll, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know what to expect with Lance Stroll, because he's never raced here before, so we'll see how he does. So he's definitely a driver to stay away from. Dark horse, I'm going to say Kimi Räikkönen as my dark horse. And, it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to do here at Yas Marina. So, yeah, those are the picks. And that's also the only race weekend we have this upcoming weekend. So, yeah. So that is going to be, I think that's it. Yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The NCAA races, I'm going to wait and I'll probably recap it on Facebook Live, Kyle, so that way we can get that. Because, funny thing is, the track that we're going next week, that's the track I'm going to be racing at in my fart car, aka Oswego. So, of course, we still have to see on the Hershey side of things who the 4 drivers would be eliminated from title contention. But the NCAA deal will be on the Facebook Live. So yeah, that's gonna be all I'm gonna say as far as that's concerned. So yeah, so that is going to do it for this week's, for the penultimate episode of PCSRA Weekly. Before we go and start doing our show on Facebook Live, I have a few things I want to say to everybody before we do that. Reminder, Hell's Kitchen will not be on this Friday because it's Thanksgiving weekend, so yeah. I want to wish all my YouTuber friends and my Team Hedgehog friends, as well as everybody on Facebook, have a great Thanksgiving and eat a lot of turkey and enjoy watching football. There's like 3 games playing on Thursday, including Dallas and I think it's Washington. I don't know who Dallas plays, but you get my point. But anyway, hope you guys eat a lot of turkey and, have a great Thanksgiving. Have a great Black Friday. We will have a talk show. Don't worry. We'll have a talk show on Wednesday. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Next week on PCSRA Weekly, the season finale, we will recap Yas Marina, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the racing season and some thank you notes along the way. So, yeah. That's it for today. And remember, we'll be back next week. And remember, if it's Monday, it's PCSRA Weekly. We'll see you on Facebook Live. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of your Monday afternoon, everyone.